is up? Welcome to the Next Guy Up podcast. This is your Messing Around Monday episode. We got just for everybody out there, we got a review this weekend from a loyal fan who says she listens to it every Monday morning on the way to work. That was my mom. But shout out to my loyal listener. She's listening to this on the way to teach the children of the world. So this is how she boosts up her morning. So shout out to everybody out there on the way to work right now. You know, just grinding it out. So this week we spent the last couple of weeks in Halloween mode. We've done some significant amount of candy drafts. So this week we're moving on a little bit because the calendar moves forward. We are heading to the world of Thanksgiving now, and so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. I think that'll be fun. Before we get there, how's everybody's Halloween? Did we do anything fun?
We took the girls and just went to Morgan's parents' neighborhood and did some trick-or-treating. Then we came to see Mason and Jalen at their house. And then got some Papa John's pizza and went home. That was about it.
That's Halloween right there. Papa John's pizza.
Yeah, my house wasn't rolled, so it's good. I didn't get vandalized for not having any candy out. But I do have – there is a house, but then there's 5 boys that live there, all under the age of 10. And they're kind of the neighborhood hoodlums a little bit. They're wild, and I feel like they're coming for me soon. So I need to.
You need to make friends with them.
Yeah, because I know what it's like to have a house full of boys doing shenanigans.
I was gonna say, you know who else was like the neighborhood hoodlums? This squad right here. We weren't even 10 years old. We were like in high school, in college age, being hoodlums. But
yeah, you need to rally them and like send them to other places.
Yeah, I know.
It'll be fun to go roll that guy's house.
I'll buy the toilet paper.
Yeah, you got to make friends with them. That's the key. Did you get any bad candy, Tins?
No, Macy's, all her candy was pretty solid. I've been dad taxing it to death. The tax has gone up. Lots of Reese cups. So it's been good. It's been good for me because she likes Reese cups, but she knows I like them more, so she just gives them to me.
Wow,
I know.
It's very kind of her.
I know, right?
Did we ever discuss if like the pumpkin shaped ones are just significantly better, or does it really matter? Because they have a different taste to them, and sometimes I'm just like, ooh, these are perfect for right now. This time of year, I love them. But then when you can always go back to the regular Reese cups, but the pumpkin ones, those are amazing. We bought a whole bag of those.
I feel like they're definitely different sizes, and so there's a different chocolate to peanut butter ratio for like the Christmas tree, the Easter egg, the pumpkin, the bats. They do the bats for Halloween too.
Yeah.
I personally am more of a fan of the Easter egg one. There's a lot more peanut butter in it. If I feel like, but the pumpkins are good too.
We should have you do like a live testing and a ranking of all the different
every
ones.
different kind of.
I could put a blindfold on and see if I can tell the difference between each one.
Well, probably just by feeling it, I feel like you would. Like you'd have to have Morgan like feed it to you or something.
I heard some public discourse over the Halloween week about is Reese's the best Halloween candy, and I think a lot of people, I think it's becoming like in the public consciousness like pretty high.
Yeah,
like, I think most people are like, you're right. Peanut butter chocolate is the perfect combination.
It's hard to argue against a Reese cup. Yeah, like how do you beat it? I don't. Good luck.
So I mean that when I was taking number 1 overall in a chocolate draft.
Yep. Good thing I came in second still.
I did. It turns out you got to have a deep draft, you know. It's top to bottom.
That's all right. I'll go home with Reese's any day.
So we're actually taking a break from the draft this week. We're doing a lot of drafts out there. We are going to put together a list. We're going to do a preliminary Thanksgiving discussion. And next couple of weeks, we are going to dig into what we know best. We're going to talk about some Thanksgiving, some dinners and some foods, and we're going to draft some of those things in the next couple of weeks. So I think that's going to be some good content. Today, like I said, we're gonna take a little bit of a pause on the draft. We're gonna talk about some of our favorite Thanksgiving traditions and Thanksgiving things that we enjoy doing. Make a little list of that. Before we get there, though, we have a couple other segments. We are doing press release in just a second. Mason, a fan favorite segment that's come in. Story time with Mason or history with Mason this week.
History with Mason. Yes.
Okay, 2 different segments. Okay.
I'm gonna drop the knowledge on y'all.
Oh,
Can't
watch
wait
out.
for it. Yeah.
So Mason's giving us some history. So get ready for that. Dial that in. And I think it's going to be a fun episode.
Should I kick us off
Press release?
on the press release?
Oh, we're just in history Mason right now?
No, we'll do press release. I'm gonna kick us off though.
All right, press release. Let's do it. Love it.
All right. So today is November 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And you were just talking about Halloween.
I was.
On the 31st at midnight, Mariah Carey's social media was dropping videos like crazy. I feel like everybody's already seen it. I'm not sure who follows her, but it was just all over like social media and masses of her being basically frozen in a solid thing of ice and then singing, "It's time." Was that pretty good?
Very good. Nice.
Thank you. And then the ice is breaking.
Yeah.
And then her song comes out. And if you don't know it, then you're obviously living in a cave, because it's All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Yes, Tins, go ahead.
It feels a little early to be doing Christmas, don't you guys think? We haven't even had Thanksgiving yet. Halloween ended.
Well, that's actually a good discussion.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, before we get let's do Mason. What have you been doing with your entire day today? Let's start there.
On your football Sunday.
Yeah. So we did decide. So first of all, there was a football game this morning at 8:30. If anybody knows, Chiefs Dolphins playing in Germany. Right. So woke up, had some breakfast, watched that game. However, Jalen and I did decide to go do some shopping and go ahead and start decorating. We put the tree up. And we put the tree up. Listen, so we actually never did this. And then I feel like by the time you put it, I know people that put it up like a week before. You can't even enjoy that. Like by the time you put it up and it's up and then you blink and then you have to tear it down. And what's wrong with putting it up early and then taking it down right after Christmas? Like
you want it up for 2 whole months?
Well, I know people. No, I know people that they'll put it up like right after Thanksgiving, but then they keep it up through like January, or like a couple weeks into January. Like Tinsley, for real, you've never it's like January 12th, and you not still had your tree up. That's the same that's the same. So that would be the same time frame, kind of.
But we're just not giving Thanksgiving its respect.
I think that's it. It's the skipping over Thanksgiving part.
Okay, here's the hot take though.
Oh no, don't do it.
Well, hold on. No, Thanksgiving's a big deal. First of all, I can't. Why does Thanksgiving not have music? That's the first question.
Ben Rector put out a Thanksgiving song.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. He asked that very same question. He said, "Why does Thanksgiving music?" So we put out a Thanksgiving song.
So is that the one song of a playlist?
Yeah, I'm sure there's others. We could find some.
There is no other music in this world except for Christmas music.
Well, I was curious, so I did look up on Apple Music. We should check Spotify, but when I typed in Thanksgiving music, nothing. It was just nonsense. And basically, it was like family music is what they had, but it was like your pop and your modern day stuff that had to do with like family, or they had like YMCA or whatever. It was like wedding songs and family songs. It had nothing to do with Thanksgiving.
So, because you wanted to listen to Christmas music, you decided that your whole house had to be decorated in Christmas stuff?
We just went ahead and did it. It's kind of a slower. We're gonna have some busier weekends, so today was like a nice day to go ahead. And if you haven't been, the stores are bumping with Christmas everywhere. They were playing Christmas music. We went to Home Goods, we went to TJ Maxx, and it is everywhere of Christmas. And it almost seemed like it was like in December with the amount of people that were there buying Christmas stuff. So I'm not the only one.
Well, I guess it was a good thing that you hit some bets last weekend to pay for all this Christmas stuff I'm sure you bought.
I I haven't even said the part about the fact that we bought Thanos, our dog. By the way, if you're a first time listener, I have a dog named a golden retriever named Thanos. We probably bought him about 6 or 7 dog toys. He loves toys, by the way. We wouldn't be doing this if he didn't like. He'll play with every single one of them. It does not matter. So, but
dog toys are not a bad investment. I'm not going to clown you for dog toys. Yeah. Oh, Christmas dog toys.
They were all Christmas dog toys.
So now we're getting seasonal dog toys.
Look, here's my thing. Here's my take.
Thanksgiving dog toys. They're like a turkey leg and all sorts of other like Thanksgiving meal stuff. So we got dog toys for every holiday.
Whenever you put up your Christmas tree right after Halloween, your Christmas tree is literally up for 2 months out of the year. That's a sixth of your year that you have your house is Christmased.
I see nothing here. It's a happy time. It's very cheerful. It'd be different if I had like, very negative stuff in my household, but
yeah,
I don't know what that would be.
Who decorates their house negatively? I have negative decorations up all year except for these 2.
It's like a picture of someone.
I hate everything.
It's like a picture of someone saying like you're a failure and like all this like horrible stuff.
Until it's Christmas time.
That'd be I don't know. I'm just saying it's a.
I mean, do what you want. I think at the end of the day, my biggest thing is like I do feel bad for Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is a pretty elite holiday. And just to say, Thanksgiving is who cares?
And it's just kind of shook his head. But
you don't think Thanksgiving is an elite holiday?
Thanksgiving's not one of my favorite holidays. But I do respect it and leave the Christmas stuff down until after it.
Okay.
But if
there's
we were
no Thanksgiving decorations. There's like fall decorations.
Yeah, fall decorations I think is Thanksgiving-y. But yeah, no, if I had to do a draft of holidays, Thanksgiving is not making it real high for me.
Wow.
So I did that on purpose to bring up Mariah Carey already doing Christmas just so that we could talk about I did that on purpose. That was not an accident that we forgot a segment. So I just wanted to let you all know.
Way to commit to the pod. You decorated your whole house just for a segment.
Just for the segment.
I did.
I think right after Thanksgiving is whenever I start thinking about Christmas seriously.
Yeah.
And then it makes me not tired of the songs by then. It's enough time to like listen to all my favorite songs and stuff, but not get tired of it. A month is a good amount of time.
That's
where I sit.
I'm not watching Christmas movies yet. It's, because then by the time Christmas does come around, I'm like tired. Like Zach said, I'm just tired of all of it.
I mean, there's a difference in like going ahead and decorating and then just being all like, I'm not going to like on my way to work tomorrow, just listen to Christmas music every day until Christmas or watch some movies. Like we'll wait until closer.
Did you watch a Christmas movie today while you decorated?
No, we did just play.
Got him.
Well, first of all, there wasn't anything on, or maybe I would have clicked it over, but no, we didn't turn anything on. So, but just decorate it. We got the tree up. It's done. Now you don't even have to worry about it. It's done and ready to go. We do have some busy weeks coming up. So it's like, if we go ahead and do it and we're still enjoying it, it's not like we just knocked it out. And we're like, we put the time and effort and enjoyed it and spent time together. So now you don't have to worry about it.
There you go.
So,
all right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
go
Mason.
ahead.
Sorry, Mason.
I was just going to say, I wanted to backtrack back to Mariah Carey.
Okay, there you go.
Because that's my press release.
Yep.
Do you guys want to guess when that song came out?
1999.
98.
Zach? 1994.
Yes.
Dang it.
Price is
right. So, like I said, she had a video come out, and I was just curious about how much money she made off of the song.
Oh yeah, she's doing well.
So it's crazy. It's estimated, by the way, that she makes around $3 million every year from the song.
It's gross.
In 2021, it was claimed that Mariah Carey has raked in, words with Messin, raked in more than $60 million from All I Want for Christmas Is You, and she continues to profit from this track. And that's all she dives in on. Like, it's why, like, she knows she's literally locked up the bank on it. That video, just go watch it. It's there's a family that comes around, and it's the only song. It's not, she's advertised tours like back in October about like a Christmas tour, and she just dives all in on that one song. And it's wild. It really is the most popular. Like, I last year actually was curious about it, and I tried to count every single time it came on. I lost track after like 50 something, and then I didn't care anymore because I was tired of hearing it. But just that will be the most played song. It is, like, it talked about. I kind of lost it, but it was like, I don't know, 50 million streams each year or something. It's crazy. So that's my press release. Is that do we say that's the best Christmas song? I know it's kind of early.
No.
Best Christmas song. No.
Most popular? Is that the most popular Christmas song?
Not to me.
But just in general, you think it is?
It's the most overplayed, I think.
I think the problem with other Christmas songs is that a lot of them are like recorded by multiple people, you know?
Yeah.
Like the Most Wonderful Time of the Year gets recorded by like 8 different artists. So then the streams of each of those doesn't hit as much, but like she's the only one doing that song.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's crazier. And she's going to do like 5 or 6 big public appearances, like to sing it. It never sounds very good at this point in her life. Her voice is like just destroyed from singing it so much and from all of her stuff. But I mean, if she's making $3 million in just a couple months, that's great.
Respect the hustle.
Do it. I mean, I would be doing it, obviously.
Get the bag.
You can take one song and you can parlay that into a lifetime of money. Then, hey,
you literally wouldn't have to work.
One pod that just blew up.
Just do the same pod every single
100 billion listens.
Yeah, we had one snake draft that really popped off. We'll do it every week.
We'd do a variation of that snake draft for the rest of the time until we couldn't do it anymore. You better believe.
We don't even like do a recording, like we play it over and over again. It's just us doing the same segments in the same. We just talk about it every single time.
It's like if we had one bit that just went crazy, like viral on TikTok or something. You better believe we would do that.
Oh, it's coming
every single episode. Forever.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do something stupid one of these days if I haven't already.
Yeah,
and it's gonna go viral.
It's like Lee Corso and like the headgear, you know, like that's the thing. He has to do it every episode. He has to do it every time now because that's what people want to see,
whether he wants to or not.
Same thing with Mariah Carey. It's like she tries to sing other stuff. It's like just sing the song, you know.
She's like, "What about all this other music I've done?" No,
they don't know.
Like, I don't care.
No, they don't. You're saying all I want for Christmas is you.
All right, that's my press release, everybody.
All right, Tins, you got a press release for us?
Yes, I don't have a lot of info on it or stats, but all I have to
add to it. I got something to add to it.
Good. For all the OG guys that have been playing Fortnite since day one, and you've been retired for a while because the game turned into a disaster with jetpacks and airplanes and superpers and everything
lightsabers.
Very sweaty. Yeah.
Marvel turned into a weird game. OG Fortnite is back, everybody. The original map, the original graphics, sound, guns, all of it. It's back. They even have a no build feature, which is what I've been playing because I hate having to build because I'm not fast enough.
Nope.
So OG Fortnite, if you didn't know it was back, it came back Thursday, and it's been all over Twitter. Even Ninja has come back to playing Fortnite. He has not been playing it for a while now.
I think he has been playing it.
Oh, okay, great.
And it's just like Mariah Carey. That's somebody that zones in on one thing that they're good at and just runs with it. Probably makes millions off of just the fact that he's playing. He's coming back and playing now. Anyways,
he did leave for a while, but I think he's been back for at least a bit. But I did read a stat that there were like 5 million concurrent players at one point on Friday.
Yeah.
Which is like the most that they'd ever tracked. Like even when it was like a global phenomenon when it first came out. Like all of a sudden, all it took to come back was bringing the old map back and everyone's jumping back on. All of a sudden, it's the biggest game in the world again.
Yep.
Why didn't they do this years ago?
Well, it took some like nostalgia. I mean, I guess it just built it up because people wanted a new map after a while, but then it's like still they wanted the first one that came out, but I mean, talk about a comeback. That's crazy.
That is wild. 5 million concurrents.
People playing at one time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, it's never really gone away. It's had a lot of staying power, honestly, compared to most
Yeah.
games like that. I mean, it's been around for a while, and it's not as huge as it was, but people,
Right.
I mean, are still very active. There's people still stream and play it a lot. It's still a very popular game.
Yeah, it's a battle royale game that's been decently popular for over 5 years. I hop on and on, like every couple months I'll get back into it for a little bit, but
Yeah. I played a game last night. It's fun. New
just
map.
for fun. Yeah. You gotta at least try it out,
I'm very bad, but I got like third place. You could say I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal. Kind of a pro Fortnite gamer.
It's whatever. Yeah, it's a big news story right now. I mean, it's huge for that game. It's been fun to watch it. So last press release, I'm bringing a new segment in, a segment that I've kind of toyed with playing around with some, but I think it's going to be fun to bring it in, and I think I'm just going to name it for right now. Should I watch that? We're throwing back a little bit, but this segment is just going to be anytime that we're watching something that we think is good or not good, whether that's a movie or a TV show, or it can be a video game, it can be anything. We can bring it to you and say, hey, here's what I thought about this thing. Maybe just give a little recommendation on whether or not we think it's worth your time. And so the very first thing there's actually a couple big movies coming out in the next couple of weeks and months that I'm excited about seeing. So I think this is a good time to bring it in. It is going to be the Loki TV show that's been on. I think there's a couple episodes left. I am caught up on it. Tins, are you caught up on it?
I am, unfortunately, to announce I have not even started it.
Dadgummit.
Yeah.
All right. He was waiting for this segment so he could know whether it's worth it or not.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'll have some things to say about it, but it's football season makes things tough.
It does.
TV show wise for me.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of weekends, the football thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been releasing it week by week.
Mm-hmm.
And this is obviously the second season to a first season show that came out maybe 2 years ago and was extraordinarily popular when it came out, amongst some very low-grade Marvel TV shows that came out around the same time, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and like stuff that's happened since that have been not good, like She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, which was fine, I guess. And so there's been a lot of very mediocre TV shows, and then all of a sudden Loki hits and is very good the first season. So you have Owen Wilson, you have Tom Hiddleston playing Loki, obviously, who is a pretty beloved character. You have some other background characters as well. First season was very well received. Second season has been very good as well. Setting up some of this stuff with Kang, I think another news press release that I could have done probably was Jonathan Majors there's been a lot of talk this week about what's going to happen with his future. There's been some rumors of potentially switching some of the storylines away from Kang towards like Doctor Doom. I've heard that rumor a lot this past week, and switching some storylines around. And so that's a little bit in flux, but Jonathan Majors is in this new season of Loki. He's very good, which I think is making the decision even harder for Marvel, because Jonathan Majors is very entertaining as Kang and all of his variants. And so I would say that if you are in the Marvel thing, if you're not in the Marvel thing, I think this show would be pretty hard to digest if this is your only Marvel thing you're taking in. But if you've pretty kept up on some of the Marvel stuff, I think this is a very good movie. I think you will probably enjoy it. I mean, TV show, sorry. So for the very first, should I watch that ranking? I will give it a 7.9.
Oh,
pretty good. That's pretty high.
Yeah, since I didn't since I didn't jump on it right when it came out, my plan is just to let it finish and then binge it.
Binge watch it. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
But-
I think that would be fine. Yeah, I think it would be a fun way to watch it. I've enjoyed watching it week to week, but I think
that's what I did with the first season, and I really liked the first season.
So is
Yes,
your
Mason.
7.9, I want to clarify, is that for the series itself or just season 2?
Good question, Mason.
Thank you.
Let's say it's for just second season.
Okay.
No, let's say it's for the whole series.
Okay. I was going to say, if
All right.
not, can
We'll
I
say
hear
whole
your
series.
first
I think that makes
season
more.
ranking?
I think the second season I like because the first season was very good and set a good base foundation. So
Do you know how many
it's fair to
episodes are
separate
out
them
already?
apart. I think it's 5.
5. Okay.
Yeah, I think there are. I don't know. Don't quote me.
Do we know how
I think
many
there are
is total?
I think 8.
8. So you just got a couple more weeks, 10s,
Mhm.
and then you can binge watch it right around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the other big show that's come back. I'll do a should I watch this maybe next week on it is Invincible. If you're not locked in there, have you guys watched the first season of Invincible?
Mm.
Oh, it's on Prime. It's a superhero cartoon.
Yes.
It's I like the first season a lot. So the second season has just started. The first episode came out. So I'll probably do that I'll probably do that one in a few weeks. But
Can I ask a question?
yes, Mason.
Didn't we talk about Dune? You were watching Dune, rewatching Dune?
I was, yeah. It's on Netflix, so I was rewatching it in preparation. I know the second one is coming out. I don't know, maybe next year.
Can I get a bonus ranking of? Can I just
of Dune?
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't finish.
I don't know if, should I watch it or not? Just tell me. I'm all
should
about
you
action.
watch Dune?
Or should the audience as well?
So Mason's hard to recommend stuff because, as we all know, Mason's whole thing is he only likes action movies. If there's too much talking or not enough action, he's not about it. So
Oppenheimer, worst movie of all time. One explosion and it was
Oppenheimer
silent
killed millions of people, and he was like, not enough action.
We didn't get to see any of it. We just did the explosion out in the field. It
Why
was
can't
boring.
we see more?
It was all about like history and politics. Well, I'm sorry, I'm a history buff now, so as you'll see in about a couple more minutes when I do my segment here.
So anytime you do a should you watch this ranking, there should be a Mason's rating of should he watch it, and then the rest of the world.
Mason, actually, should I watch this is very hard to
just call it action ranking. That's all we need.
Like big. How does it compare to Infinity War?
Fast and Furious movies.
Really, the entire ranking is like Infinity War is a 10. Where does this rank in comparison?
That's right.
Was it Dune it drags a little bit at times. I would say it's not just super action packed the whole way through. There is some action for sure, but it's not as I don't think that you would enjoy it very much. Is my official ranking.
Okay, thank you for that ranking.
Okay, just knowing you, the average person I think would probably like it.
Of course.
Jason Momoa's in it. He's good. Zendaya is in it a little bit at the end. Spoiler alert. All right, well, let's watch that very first one. Let us know if you are locked into Loki and how you're liking it. And that's it for press release. Huh. All right.
How beautiful is that?
What the crowd's really been waiting around for is history with Mason. I
was gonna say, can you plug in like a right when like the scholar walks into the classroom?
Yeah,
I think Michael Scott actually does it in one of his things where he's like teaching a bunch of people and he comes in with like a boombox and like plays some like scholarly music. Yeah, that's what I need right here. So
I think he plays Pomp and Circumstance, doesn't he? Like the graduation song.
Yeah. Well, let's find something similar to that. Plug it in right here.
History with Mason.
Starring Mason. All right. Before we get started, I would just like to talk about the fact that we had a draft last week.
Mm-hmm.
Tinsley picked daylight savings time as one of the best things about fall, and I have gotten so much backlash, hate mail, People want to burn my house down about my candy picks. And he's over
Not
here
even just
saying
your candy picks, multiple other
just my
things.
picks in
All of
general.
your drafts, yeah.
We're recording this. It's not a secret. We're recording this on Sunday, first day of daylight savings time. And it was dark. Like, we're recording this at 8:13, 9:13
Yeah.
Zach's time.
Yeah.
It was dark like 5 hours ago or 4 hours ago.
True.
And by the time, like,
I'm living in a
it's
world of
just
darkness.
ridiculous. The fact that tomorrow I will get off of work and it's going to be dark outside, and the fact that this man gets away with that is unbelievable. I try to get Josh has been on the pod. I try to get him to agree with me. No one gave him backlash. I was like, "Oh, Joshua," and he's like, "Sorry, big dog." His quote was, "Bark up another tree" or something like that.
Because he likes it. You get an extra hour of sleep. No, when you have kids, you'll understand. Because guess what? I got to put it. They slept in an extra hour, and then you put them
whole
to bed.
Year. I have to suffer for the rest of the year, basically until spring forward. So what are we, like,
with a little
5
bit of
months from now?
darkness? A little bit of darkness?
Just to get 1 hour sleep. So you're saying that you would rather have darkness an hour early?
What happened? Are you like a daytime only creature? As soon as the night happens, you have to like go and hide.
It's over. Time to find bed.
You do know that I go to bed at like 9 o'clock. So now it's like 8 o'clock at this point.
Why? Why is it
we're
any
recording
different?
right now.
Why? Why do you have to go to bed early?
Son, he's a farmer. He goes to bed with his son. I think part of it is that Tim's work schedule is a little bit wonky compared to most people.
Thank you.
So he gets to like be out and live in the world when it's sunny outside. Whenever a normal like 9 to 5 person, whenever like it's dark by the time you leave work.
So the only time you get to see it, unless you go out on your lunch break, would be in the morning before you went to work.
Right.
That is, and I'm not going to get into any like crazy stats here, but like I've seen this stat pop up where like depression and suicide rates are the highest during the winter time. Just saying, your body needs vitamin D.
Wow.
Huh?
Seasonal depression. Toby tries to talk about it on The Office, and Michael tells him shut up.
Okay. So the 2 states, do you guys know the 2 states that don't do daylight savings time?
Is Arizona one of them?
Yes, Arizona's one of them.
Hawaii?
Look at you. Ding, 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 ding. Good job, Tins. It is those 2. For the history with Messin starts now. Put in the background music now. For the last 55 years, the 2 states have remained on standard time while the other 48 states change their clocks biannually.
So just move to one of those, Messin. You have all the sunlight you need.
That is because Arizona and Hawaii rejected to implement daylight savings time once the federal government tried to make it permanent across the country, and they have a good reason for it, in my opinion. The unpopular time change was first introduced in the U.S. in 1918 as a way to conserve energy during World War I. The thought was by extending evening daylight hours in the winter, people would use less energy, per the U.S. Department of Transportation. After that, states could determine whether or not to use daylight savings time annually or and which parts of the states should use it. But in 1966, Congress passed the Uniform Time Act to establish consistency among the states by making daylight savings time a standard use from March until November.
Wow.
Who would have known?
All of us that learned that in the 7th grade history class.
Got him.
Over the last few years, several U.S. states have toyed with the idea of getting rid of daylight savings time due to its negative impact on sleep and small impact on energy conservation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have some legitimate history. The idea of aligning waking hours of daylight hours to conserve candlelight was first proposed in 1784 by American polymath Benjamin Franklin. In the statistical letter to the editor of the Journal of Paris, Franklin suggested that waking up early in the summer would economize on candle usage and calculate conservable energy. In 1895, New Zealand, entomologist and astronomer George Hudson proposed the idea of changing clocks by 2 hours every spring to Wellington Theological Society. How are we doing so far?
Pretty good. I didn't have a polymath either, so you did pretty good there.
Oh, thank you. Okay. In 1907, British resident William Willett presented the idea as a way to save energy. Okay, I keep hearing this. If there's more nighttime, would you not be using more like energy? I'm confused.
No, because people went to bed. They didn't stay up and watch TV. And
that's a pretty good idea. I might just start doing. Oh, it's they went to bed at 4:05 or 4:30, whenever it gets dark.
Yeah, they got up with the sun because they had to, go farm their land, and
it's just like shifting their sleep schedule so that they get up with the sunrise, so that they're asleep for as most of the dark as possible.
How many of those words did I butcher?
And not watching the game 4 times.
Etymologist was pretty tough. What was the other one next to etymologist? What was the one right after it?
I lost my place. Somebody say something. Astronomer.
Astronomer?
I said it right.
Basically. You said
astronomer.
Did not say astronomer. I said about 5 other things that weren't.
Yeah, you're right. Should I keep going, or are we good?
Yeah. One more thing. What is?
Okay.
Let's wrap it up.
Ancient civilizations adjusted daily schedules to the sun, more flexible by DST. I don't know what that means. Often dividing daylight into 12 hours.
Time.
Oh, yeah. That's an abbreviation for that.
Yeah.
You're right. So that each daylight hour became progressively longer than spring and shorter during autumn. For example, the Romans kept time with water clocks. Who would have known? That had different scales for different months of the year. At Rome's latitude, the third hour from sunrise started at 9:02 solar time and lasted 45 minutes at the winter solstice.
That's pretty interesting, actually. So whenever, instead of doing daylight savings time, they were like, you know what? This time between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m., it's only actually going to be 45 minutes now instead of an hour. So they literally shortened their hours instead of... That's pretty interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, it only lasted 45 minutes. But at the summer solstice, it started at 6:58 and lasted 75 minutes. So it was kind of the...
Lengthened the hour.
Yeah, look at that. So it's kind of interesting. Look at that.
That sounds pretty confusing in a world where we have schedules and things.
Well, do you all remember, this is kind of dating us, but we didn't have phones that would change everything. So do y'all remember changing the oven clocks and the clocks on the wall? And we didn't have the phones and the computers that did it all.
My car clock still doesn't change automatically. So
yeah,
that'll probably be wrong for a couple weeks until I decide to change it.
All right, and that is, plug the music back in starting now, and that is History with Mason.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good, Mason. I learned something today.
I appreciate it. All right.
Very informative. Okay, so to wrap our show up today, we are talking. We're just kind of previewing our Thanksgiving our Thanksgiving coverage. I feel like at this point we're just covering seasons. So, in big events. So we're just going to give a little sneak peek into the next couple of weeks. We're going to talk about our favorite Thanksgiving traditions, and we're just going to kind of rank them, see if we can get a top 5 list together of some of our favorite things to do over Thanksgiving. And that'll be our show today. So, anyone want to throw out anything interesting? What do you got? We're working together on this one. I have a different topic.
Yeah, we're working together.
I'd say I'd like to throw out Black Friday shopping.
It's a good
Even
one.
if you don't buy anything, it's just fun to go out and they don't really do it anymore. You know,
I feel
everyone
like it
does
used
all
to be
the-
really elite. Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to like go to Walmart and just try to find deals, and now it's like we do Black Friday for the whole month of
Yeah,
November,
you
and
can just do
it's
it
all
online.
online now. Yeah, so it's kind of lost
There
its
was something
magic
to going and standing in line for like 3 hours for like
for
a
an
half
Xbox.
price TV or something. Yeah, we definitely did that many times, and it's fun
100%.
because it's like an event. You know, you're
Yeah.
going and like elbowing people in line and like fighting people in the Walmart. Experience.
A lot of it was people watching for me. Like
Yeah.
at Walmart, it was like the DVD section was like the main, and then after that, because
Chaos.
you were a high school kid that didn't have a whole lot of money, so
Back when
DVDs
people
for
bought
$1 was
DVDs.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, they had the more expensive stuff, but you could still go over there and watch people fight it out. But the DVDs was you would literally have to, you just had a mosh pit of people, and you would have to kind of just push your way into where you wanted to get to. So it's pretty wild stuff. It created memories.
I
Now they
bought the
don't,
whole.
like you said.
Yeah. Sorry, Mason.
No, I was just gonna say, well, I already got on the Walmart app because we were looking at getting groceries, and they're starting November 8th of just doing a round of like their first stuff, and then I also saw on
Cowards.
Amazon they're starting like this week as well. Well, they turned this into instead of Black Friday, it's like it's shopping for the whole month, like they'll probably do it into like all the way up. Every single week we'll have something, and it's like, oh, if we go ahead and start it early, that means people will buy even more than just trying to buy it all in one day.
But then it's not
They
fun
literally
anymore.
dove in
No
on
one
it.
does
It's
it.
true. You're right. It's not.
I think that's a bad idea.
Well, people were also getting trampled, so people were like
That's the
going to the
fun.
hospital, and yeah.
That's what adds to making it interesting.
I wonder if that's what they made the stores pivot, because people were acting so ridiculous over like a toaster oven and stuff like that, getting in fist fights.
I do feel sorry for everyone who has to like work on Thanksgiving evening, and like the least pleasant day of the year to work is
Yeah.
Black Friday probably. So
100%. They're not getting paid enough.
I wouldn't mind if they went back
half.
to closing it on Thursday nights and just opening on Friday. You probably still getting some good deals. I might go shopping a little bit. It's pretty fun. Okay, Thanksgiving traditions. I would like to throw out what I believe is probably number one, which is eating lots of food.
Yep.
It may not be number one. We can decide, but I think the food is definitely high on my Thanksgiving list.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't like Thanksgiving food that much.
I don't like Thanksgiving food is my thing. It just depends on what kind of food we're making. But we can get into that on some future drafts.
Yeah, we got some drafts coming up.
I feel like depending on on families. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying I'll get some takes off then because I have some
Okay.
about Thanksgiving foods.
Okay.
But I do
I feel
enjoy
like
eating all day.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of shifted away from the traditional. Like a lot of people, if people don't know, I work at a PT clinic and I talk to patients, and people will just be like, "Oh, we just do fun finger foods that everybody enjoys, or we do burgers, or we do like even my family, we've done like not your traditional." Like what? Who's to say that they're forcing you to do something that people don't really enjoy cooking? So therefore, why don't you just make what everybody would like? So we've done like a shrimp foil packet before, and that was like very successful. So I don't know. I just feel like if you want to kind of go off of tradition, I feel like a lot of people are doing that these days. But
Sure.
anyways, regardless, eating a lot of food, no matter what it is, that's top priority on my list. Because you get to do a lot. We have several Thanksgivings, right? It's like it's your family, then your wife's family, or or whatever. It's different, or friends, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so you start early in the day and you go till late at night, just eating constantly. I'm going to start the obvious one since we're all kind of going in turns here, and I'm going to say watching football.
That's a good one.
That's got to be
all day.
Not that the Lions are actually good. I might be looking forward to this more than any other.
Yeah.
Any other Thanksgiving?
Cowboys are pretty good too.
Cowboys are good. You know, usually it's just like a blah. I don't know the exact games. We'll look into that closer to the time on our weekend preview.
Yeah.
But shout out to that. Check that episode out. But watching football,
college basketball started happening on Thanksgiving Day as well. There's usually some pretty good college basketball games.
They call it feast week. They have it's a ton of college basketball starts that week, conference play and things like that.
for the first time ever, they are doing NFL on Black Friday. We're just talking about Black Friday, so NFL game, first time ever.
Even
just the money grab, they'll do it on any day. So they know everybody's at home on Black Friday. I'm not. I will be working, but majority of people are. So
tough.
Yeah.
Is Mason is your place of work doing any Black Friday deals?
No. Yeah. Half price physical therapy.
Yes. Go check it out.
We do get a lot of cancels on that day. I will say we get a lot of cancels on that day, but let's see what else is there. We used to play pickup football with the family. If you ever have like a big enough family or something, or some type of, depends on, I don't know how high that's gonna be on the list, but
it's a fun one. Yeah, getting to see some of your family you don't get to see all that much, and getting to spend time with them, that's pretty fun too.
Yeah.
Mason had a tradition for a while of doing like a 5K on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I did
it last year. You did it a couple of years ago. You did it for a bunch of years in a row though.
Like 4, I think 4 or 5. Yeah, they do the turkey trot. Yeah.
Not for Tins. Tins hates running.
No, not a runner. Not a long distance runner.
You feel like you can eat even more food if you start your day out with a 5K, because you burn all those calories, and then you're like, and you're already hungry.
Yeah,
so
you earned it.
Go ahead and bring that. Yeah, exactly. You earned it. So, are you going to do one this year, Zach?
Definitely not. No. Oh. I've not been running at all. So here we are. Okay. Anybody else have one want to throw out? We don't have to put them in order. I think we can just.
Yeah, we just put them all out.
Just have a fun little list,
I don't think so. Maybe if someone, my family does put the Christmas tree up, like my dad and
you broke put your tradition.
Yeah, I sure did.
So many weeks early.
So they so they put the Christmas, we would put the Christmas tree up and decorate on Thanksgiving. That was always I feel like other families do that because that's when you're all together. So when people have or they're not living there anymore, I feel like people decorate on Thanksgiving. So that's a good
fun.
one.
I agree. It's a fun one. If you do the right thing and wait until Thanksgiving to do your decorations, then yeah, sure. Mason just made it impossible to do that tradition this year, so
we'll just buy another tree, put it up on Thanksgiving.
And second tree.
Second tree. In the podcast room.
I think it's a pretty good list. We'll add to it. We'll keep talking about some more as we talk about food and stuff next couple weeks. But
yeah,
it's a good starter. Get us excited for Thanksgiving season,
For sure.
So we don't skip over it like Mason would want us to.
What the?
Skip right over like it's nothing.
Like it doesn't matter.
Much hate on this podcast. all of the people for the Mason fan club unite, because I get so much hate.
Cody Durham? You mean Cody Durham?
The president. Cody, if you're listening, you have been anointed as the president of the fan club. I appreciate you and all that you do. Keep shouting out on the pod, on the social media.
Mason, I actually learned something from your history of Mason today, so that was a success.
That was a success. Yeah.
Great work. I
only butchered like 8 words.
The words was mostly good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll take it. Good deal. Should I close this out?
Yep.
Let's get it.
There we go.
Okay, so thank you guys for listening. That was an episode for the Messing Around Mondays. Please check out our weekend preview this upcoming week. Check out all of our social media. Even comment or reach out to us if there's certain topics that you would like to hear. We would definitely want to touch on those. We're even taking if you have a script or anything that you want to send in for me to do for story time, we'll take that if it's PG. So send them in for us. But we appreciate you guys listening. That's a pod. Huh?
You're setting yourself up for something fun right there, man.
Sure am.
All right. See ya.